Good evening, sorry for the delay, but we're here at SCF for game 1 of 3 between the Monarchs and the Florida Vibe. Top of the first, nobody on, 2 outs. And now a 2-2 count from Elizabeth Hightower to Mac Barbara. 3-2 count, beg your pardon. Here is the lineup for the Monarchs. Alex Brown led off with a bunt. She grounded out. She's the right fielder. Kylie Sam, the shortstop, struck out against Hightower. Mac Barbara, the first baseman, takes it high and tight for ball 4, so she reaches. Allie Skaggs, the third baseman, about to step in, with Alyssa Garcia, the catcher, batting 5th. Cal Rodriguez, second base, is in the 6th spot. Julia Kutsoyanopoulos in left. She's hitting 7th. Sona Hologen, the DP from Cal, will bat 8th, and Stormy Konselnick will play center field and hit 9th. And ball 1 to the Arizona All-American Allie Skaggs. Skaggs on the ground towards third base. Good throw from the hot corner by Sarah Mosley, and that'll end it. We'll give you the defense for the Vibe now because the internet went out, and that's why we weren't on the air immediately. Left field is Kara Canetto. Center field is Greenwood, Rupin right. Infield, third to first of Mosley, Solis, Adams, and Pleasance. Catcher is Jordan Rudd-Lee. Grayson Radcliffe is the DP. We'll take a second, get our notes collected as we go to the bottom of the first. 0-0 your score. Okay, let's go to the bottom of the first. Here's the starting lineup for the Florida Vibe. Coached by Dot Richardson, Carmen Greenwood, the center fielder, leads off with Rachel Roop, the right fielder, batting second. Taylor Pleasance, first base, will hit third. Kara Canetto's out and left cleaning up. Sarah Mosley over at third base will bat 5th. In the 6th spot, Jillian Solis, the shortstop. Jordan Rudd-Lee, the catcher, bats 7th. Hannah Adams is in the 8 hole. She's the second baseman. And Grayson Radcliffe, the DP, bats 9th. And they will face in the circle the former Mississippi State Bulldog, Aspen Wesley. Wesley known for kind of a whole variety of things. She can throw just about anything. Her rise ball is really good. She can mix speeds.
The bottom of the first inning.
Her spin is a little funky, so it's kind of hard to truly square her up unless she's missing. And she's got the help of the wind tonight here at State College of Florida, blowing just directly in, so it's going to be hard to hit much of anything out of the yard. It's Carmen Greenwood, the All-American from Louisville. She'll take ball 1. Three and out. Three games here this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It is Tuesday, right? Yes. Game 1 of 3. Glad to see my days of the week confirmed. Oh my, ball 4. And Greenwood takes the walk. Here's the defense for the Monarchs. Out on the left is Kutsoyanopoulos, and center Kotzelnik, Coleman, and right.
Fielder, number 15, Rachel Roop.
That's quite the trio of last names. Over at third, Skaggs, Kylie Sand at short, Rodriguez at second, Barber at first, Garcia behind the plate. Rachel Roop will take ball one. The recent graduate from Liberty, the All-American, known for what she does not just at the plate with her clutch homers, but also her ability to throw out runners at home from right field. She chased 1-1. Also, by the way, 0-0 bottom one. I'm Gray Robertson from SEC Network Plus, Crimson Tide Sports Network, Softball America, all the things. Had 3 games already today. Got in here at 6:45, and the internet was struggling, but we were on the air. And now watching as Rachel Roop fouls it off, 1-2. Got her. Nice pitch from Aspen Wesley. First out of the inning.
Next up, the first baseman, number 17, Taylor Pleasance.
So up comes the former LSU Tiger, Taylor Pleasance. Oh and 1. Smoke to short. There's one. Chance for the double play. And it's turned by the Monarchs. The old 6-4-3. And Wesley faces the minimum. We're off to the second. Still scoreless here at SCF. Five, six, 7 for the Monarchs. Garcia, Rodriguez, and Kutsoyanopoulos. Alyssa Garcia, the catcher. graduate from UCLA. And she'll take the strike there from Hightower. High in the sky out towards center field. Garcia put a lot into it, but it's just an F8, one down.
Next up at plate, number 33, Catherine Rodriguez.
And now Kat Rodriguez, the recent graduate from North Carolina, last year's nation's leader in RBIs, will step in. And former FGCLer too for the Finns. Interviewed Kat a couple times throughout the season. Once during the regular season, once on our Softball America bracket reaction pod. And it was just so great to talk to her about her growth in all facets, how she's grown as a player. You know, when she was in the FGCL, again, just a month on season, she had 9 RBIs, and this year she was north of 80 for North Carolina. And now playing pro for the Orlando Monarchs. 2-1 from Hightower. And a third-team All-American this year as well, Rodriguez. Hightower's going to do what she does. Back at Florida, a lot of screwball, a lot of east and west. She's added a lot more to the arsenal since turning pro, as you have to. The hitters are just too darn good. And Rodriguez chases. Second strikeout for Hightower. 2 down.
Next up, number 27, Julia Kutsoinopoulos.
In comes the Tennessee Lady Vol, Julia Kutsoinopoulos. Started her career at Arizona before transferring to Knoxville to play for Karen Weekly. Nice pitch, 1-1. Two and two. Kutsoinopoulos also with international experience, playing for Team Italy. And now lining one out to right. That's tailing away and foul. Not by much. Jammed out to right, and that'll flare in for a base hit. Kutsoinopoulos got that one in on the hands, but good strength to get the ball out to right. Set of Sona Halajian.
Next up, number 98, Sona Halajian.
Sona started her career at Cal, transferred to UCF, where she wrapped up, playing for Cindy Ball Malone. One and one. On the ground to third, there's Mosley, and there's the third out. Pleasance made sure she was on the bag. She was, in fact. And a runner left stranded. One hit for the Monarchs, but that's it. And we'll go to the home half. Kara Caneto bunts it foul as we get rocking and rolling here in the bottom of the second. Caneto, Mosley, and Solis, 4-5-6. Set to face Aspen Wesley. Caneto chased upstairs and sent it out to left. The wind is playing tricks. The catch is made for the first out. Katsoinopolis had to track that one down.
Coming up to home plate, the third baseman, number 33, Sarah Mosley.
In steps the Georgia All-American Sarah Mosley. Strike one. Former Bulldog versus former Bulldog. Different SEC teams, though. When I pull up the chart for Wesley, 35% curve back in her senior year at Mississippi State, 27% rise, and that change about 17-18% of the time, 10 miles per hour slower, right there. And she can mix what she does with it. She can throw it up, she can throw it down. That's kind of what makes her hard to really peg. Mosley, way up in the air. Sarah Mosley has it caught on the warning track with another loud out for the Vibe, 2 down.
Sliding into the batter's box, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Here's Jillian Solis, former Washington Husky, started her career at San Diego State. Solis right to Barbara at first. 1-2-3 for Wesley. She's faced the minimum so far. And we go to the third, all tied up at 0. Stormy Kotzelnick will lead off the third inning, a former FGCLer with the Circus and the Squeeze, and also a former UCF Knight. That's where she finished her career. She started at Washington and went to play for Coach Bear, Cindy Ball Malone, in Orlando. And now on the Orlando Monarchs. Just makes sense. She'll take ball 1. A highly talented player, and it's kind of crazy that I remember her when she was 17. She actually, the first year of the FGCL, had one of the great early home runs in league history. Had a, I believe, I'm trying to remember, 3-run shot in the bottom of the 6th for the Squeeze to take the lead in a battle with the Riverbox. Kotzelnick blooped to short. There's Solis. And there's one away. All right, now that we've got our bearings, send me a tweet if you're watching at Gray, GRAY_Robertson.
Next up, number 48, Aspen Wesley.
I want to hear from you, so hit me up at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. We will read your tweet on the air. Let us know where you're watching, how you're spending this Tuesday evening, just past 7:30 on the East Coast. Alex Coleman, another former North Carolina Tar Heel, starter career at Marshall. Foul ball. One, two, hit towards first. Pleasance is there. And look at this. We got a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Hightower settled in. Kylie Sand, who struck out in the first.
Next up, number 23, Kylie Sand.
One of the best to ever do it at Rutgers. Just, I mean, a hit parade personified. I mean, she was, I feel like, 3 for 4 every game in her Rutgers career. Just one of the best to ever do it in that program. Graduated in 2024. Somehow was never an All-American. I don't really get that. Because she had a career average of 396 for the Scarlet Knights. And she is out at first base. Nicely played by Adams. And we go to the home half, still scoreless. Jordan Rudd Lee will start off. It's 7-8-9 for the Vibe, with Adams and Radcliffe waiting in the wings against Aspen Wesley. Jordan Rudd Lee, this is going to be foul down the right field line, 0-1. Oh, look at that. Beautiful little tint out here as sunset occurs. Another foul ball, 1-2. That's a fair ball. I'm pretty sure that's a fair ball. They just called it foul. Who? Oh, man. I don't know. That certainly looked like it. I thought it hit the chalk line straight up over the third base bag. But it's been ruled foul, so even if we had to review, there's nothing you can do. 1-2.
Ball is ruled foul.
Two and two. And that hit her. So after all that drama, it's a leadoff hit by pitch for the Vibe, which will bring up the All-American Hannah Adams.
Coming up, the second baseman, number 8, Hannah Adams.
Jordan Rudley at first. Florida Gator Hannah Adams. Try and get her over. She went after the bunt, but missed. 0-1. Rise ball missed away. 1-1. Adams, this is a big-time trouble play and no throw. Exquisitely slow roller over to Skaggs at third. That'll be an infield single. 2 on, nobody out.
Next up, the DP, number 26, Grayson Ratcliffe.
So Grayson Radcliffe, this is a definite bunt situation, and she lays it down beautifully. Both runners move up. That's how you execute the sacrifice. Back to the top of the order with Greenwood. Now what are we talking about? Pinch runner at third, I guess? Let's find out. So, Jordan Johnson will come in and run.
Stepping up to the plate, the center fielder, number 7, Carmen Greenwood.
Greenwood walked in the first. Vibe trying to get on the board. Wesley trying to yet again stave off the home squad. One and one. Greenwood's so speedy, versatile player. She can lay down bunts, but that's not the goal here. She's looking gap to gap. She's thinking RBIs. Well, she pulled back the bunt, took the rise, 2 and 1. Greenwood waits and sends, and that'll get over the head of the right fielder. Coleman couldn't get there in time. Both runs will score, and the Vibe is on the board first, thanks to a 2 RBI double from Carmen Greenwood. Man, I love that. What a good piece of hitting. Made the adjustment on the changeup, waited, got the barrel. Coleman was playing in a bit. It shrieked over her head.
Number 15, Rachel.
And now the Vibe are in business. Rachel Roop struck out in the first inning. Oh and 2 on Roop. And that's a really good comeback by Wesley. 3-pitch K to sit down Rachel Roop for out number 2.
Next up, the first baseman, number 17, Taylor Pleasance.
Taylor Pleasance into a double play in the first inning. One and one. That change misses low, 2 and 1. Not by much though. Full count. Well, I've really liked the way Wesley's pitched here tonight, and I say that as somebody who watched her a lot in her college career. Covered her for years. She got better each and every year, and she just does such a good job keeping hitters off balance with her mix of speeds. Pleasant saw that one. It was missed up in the zone, and this will drive in Greenwood. RBI double for Pleasant. She found a mistake, and it's 3-0 Vibe. That is the thing. When Wesley gets hit, it's because she elevates some of those pitches, especially the off speed. If that's left up, that's when she's run into trouble throughout her career. Now trying to work through this bottom of the third. Kara Caneto flew out to left in the second. Just a reminder, if you're tuning in, please tweet me at Gray_Robertson. Just, to say hi. It's just me and you, dear viewers at home. Caneto going opposite way. Katsoyanopoulos will have a beat on it. And so ends the inning. But it all started with a leadoff hit by pitch. And then Carmen Greenwood's 2 RBI double. An RBI double from Pleasance. 3-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. Mac Barbara will lead off the fourth inning as the Monarchs try and answer. 3-4-5, Barbara, Skaggs, and Garcia. And a first pitch strike from Hightower to the recently graduated Texana Maggie. Barbara chases low and in. 0-2. Great power hitter for San Diego State, was Mountain West Player of the Year, transferred to A&M this year, and was just the kind of player who, as she strikes out, who you just felt was going to have a moment at some point. That wasn't it, as Hightower got her to chase low. 1 down.
Next up, number 99, Allie Skaggs.
Allie Skaggs grounded out in the first. It was so fun a couple years ago covering Arizona when they played in Tuscaloosa and getting to talk to Allie's head coach, Caitlin Lowe, about Skaggs and what she meant to the Arizona program. You know, I've never seen a coach react quite like Caitlin Lowe did when I asked about the Gold Glove newspaper that was on her desk. You know, she had kept that memento to honor Skaggs and what she did defensively. And then Skaggs' senior year, Arizona took a trip to play Louisville. She's a kid from Kentucky who went to Arizona. They went and had a midweek game at Louisville. She'll stay alive with a foul ball. So Allie Skaggs meant a lot to Arizona's program. Now playing pro. But she, like this entire Monarchs lineup, having trouble with Hightower. She went upstairs for the K, and that's number 4 for Elizabeth. Bring up Alyssa Garcia.
Next up, number 19, Alyssa Garcia.
Garcia hit a long fly ball out to center first time up. That's a foul ball. This is potentially going to get out of play. Nope, Mosley's there as my hat tumbles off. The inning ends. Hightower is now retired. 7 straight Monarchs. And we go to the home half of the 4th. 3-0 Vibe.
Fourth inning, number 33, Catherine Rodriguez.
Sarah Mosley will lead off for the Vibe.
The third baseman, Sarah Mosley.
Jillian Solis right behind. Jordan Rudd Lee after that. 5, 6, 7 for the Vibe as they try and build the lead a little more against Aspen Wesley. First of 3 here this week against the Orlando Monarchs. And strike one to the former Georgia Bulldog, who flew out to right field in the second. It was fun having a peek at the roster Devin Flaherty sent me for the Orlando Monarchs. My old friend Devin Flaherty, who is not available tonight, dealing with an injury. I won't out her for what happened. She's fine. Also a new assistant at FGCU with Lindsay Fico. And I'll save it. I have my Devin Flaherty Save Me from Heat Stroke story. I will tell that tomorrow. Keep them coming back. Wesley, I beg your pardon, Mosley waited on Aspen's change and grounds out, 1 away. And steps Jillian Solis.
Coming up next to the batter's box, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Solis lined out to first in the second. And she will line out. Oh no, it's off the glove of the second baseman. Boy, I thought Rodriguez was right there. I am putting the thumb down. That's an error. And Solis stands on first.
Next up, the catcher, number 36, Jordan Rudd Lee.
Jordan Rudd Lee was hit by a pitch. Her pinch runner scored in the third. That started that whole cavalcade of runs. And now she's got this out to right field. Rudd Lee has it caught by Coleman. Wow, on the run, right up against the fence, Alex Coleman just robbed Jordan Rudd Lee of extra bases. That's a great catch in right.
Next up, the second baseman, number 8, Hannah Adams.
I'll bring up Adams, who singled and scored in the third. Rise high, 1-0. That might squeak through, and it will get past Rodriguez. Solis holds at second. 2 for 2 night for Hannah Adams. Good stuff from the Florida Gator. And up comes our friend Grayson Radcliffe, assistant coach at NC State. While she was warming up, they announced some of the portal pickups for the Wolfpack, including Maya Townsend coming from LSU.
Next up, number 26, Grayson Radcliffe.
Grayson laid down a sac bunt in the third. Obviously not the time for that with 2 gone here in the fourth. Big moment for Wesley with Greenwood on deck. Change a hair high, 1-0. Radcliffe just a bit out in front. She went after the changeup that time, 1-1. And a called strike 3. So Radcliffe sits down, and we go to the top of the fifth, 3-0 Vibe. Well, we got a little bit of a break, but now we're back and ready to go here in the top of the fifth. Monarchs trail at 3-0 against the Vibe. 6, 7, 8 due up Rodriguez, Kutsoyanopoulos, and Halasian against the right now red hot Elizabeth Hightower. She is just cooking with gas. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs. She's walked 1 and struck out 4. But falling behind 2-0 on Rodriguez. The All-American from North Carolina, last year's national RBI leader. Oh boy, 3-0. little squeezing on the inner half, and frankly that's been happening all day. Just a little less give on the edge than you'd like for a game like this. That's a strike. 3-1. Sun's starting to set. If anyone has a pizza, I would take it. 3-1. Rodriguez draws the leadoff walk, and that is never a good sign for a pitcher.
Next up, number 27, Julia Katsoyanopoulos.
Julia Katsoyanopoulos try and pass the baton here. She has so far the lone hit of the day, and that's knocked foul, 0-1. That was a single back in the second. Quickly 0-2. Rises a bit too much. A ball and 2 strikes. I like that as an 0-2 pitch from Hightower. Want to skim the zone but not finish in there. And then you run away with the curveball to get Katsoyanopoulos swinging. And there's one away. For Sona Halajian, who grounded out in the second. Sona sends this out towards left, and actually Solis will make the catch from short. So just like that, after the leadoff walk, a strikeout and a foul out. And now Stormy Konselnick will try and turn the lineup over. Stormy lined out to short in the third.
Next up, number 44, Stormzy Hudson.
Called strike, 0-1. Yeah, it was always fun watching Stormy at UCF, watching her really blossom her career. She was just so good, really all over the lineup, all over the field. She'll chop that over to first, where Pleasance will make the tag, and that'll do it. One runner left stranded. A leadoff walk doesn't do much, and we go to the home half of the fifth. Still 3-0. Top of the order for the Vibe here in the bottom of the 5th. And Carmen Greenwood sends it to third. What a pick and what a play. Allie Skaggs. A beautiful gem. And there's the first out of the 5th inning. Wow.
Next up, the right fielder, 15, Rachel Rope.
And sends it to Roop, who's had a tough day. 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks against Wesley. Aggressive on the first pitch. And making the catch is Skaggs, who's showing up. She's collected nice plays on both of the outs. That was not easy, having to find the fencing, find the dugout, stick with
Next
it.
Up, the first baseman, number 15, Taylor Pleasance.
And just like that, 2 gone on 2 pitches for Taylor Pleasance. Pleasance hit into a double play and had an RBI double here tonight so far. Change misses low, 1-0. Two and 0. She was trying to feed that change in there, but she has not gotten the higher ones called. Back to the circle. Wesley will throw to first, and that's the inning. Well, that was fast. Let's go to the 6th. Nice 1-2-3 frame for Wesley. 3-0 Vibe as they cling to a lead here in game 1 of 3 this week. Top of the order for the Monarchs here in the 6th. Alex Coleman, chopper to Mosley, and even with Coleman's speed, Mosley able to get her for the first out. It's Coleman, Sand, and Barbara. Do have a tweet coming in from Richie Johnson. I do believe this is a relative of Jordan. Hello from Kansas. Jordan's told me how to pronounce that city, and I apologize. I don't want to mess it up. I'm not sure we can do... I know we can't do during the game interviews because I can't go anywhere beyond the press box. Couldn't do today because I had FGCL games right up until 6:50 and the internet was out. Post game, I think some of the girls might be able to get something, some of the interns. So I haven't been home since 9 o'clock, so I'm probably going to go get food. Tomorrow we do have an off day, so I'll do a little pregame stuff, I think, with some of the ladies, put it on social media, maybe with both teams. New pitcher's Estelle Check, by the way. Facing Kylie Sand, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. A little surprised we're seeing the change, honestly. Former Texas Longhorn, the lefty. Well struck by Sand out towards left, and it's out of the reach of the left fielder, Canetto. Sand speedy at second. That's a one-out double for the Monarchs here in the 6th.
Next up, 44, Mackenzie Barber.
So Mac Barbara with an RBI shot, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Takes that inside, 1-0. Tried to backdoor, but no, 2-0. Give it a line for Hightower after this pitch from Estelle Check. Barbara on the ground to second. Adams has it, 2 away. Hightower goes 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Great start.
Number 99, Ali Skaggs.
Did everything you asked. And the hit she gave up was back in the second. A 2-out single, that's it. No one does creep in for check against Skaggs, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Trying to get the Monarchs on the board here in the 6th. Check obviously a very different look. Much more curveball than Hightower will throw, coming from the left side. One and two. No time called by the Monarchs. Skaggs back up the middle. That'll do the job. Fitting, I should say, that Skaggs is the one who gets the Monarchs on the board after some of her glove work tonight. And it's 3-1 Vibe. Just a good piece of hitting. Waited for something. Came back over the plate. Alyssa Garcia is 0 for 2. Fly out and a foul out. Oh, and 2. Garcia's got to protect, and you've got to think this is going to be one of those running away curveballs from Check. Something headed glove side. There it was. Ground ball to third. Mosley's got it. A couple steps, and that'll wrap up the inning. 1 run is in for the Monarchs, though, and they've clawed back within 2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Vibe looking for insurance. Caneto will lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Vibe, and she'll do it with a bunt, and she's going to be safe. Not even worth a throw from Wesley. Sick, nasty stuff. I'm telling you, when the dirt is that soft, just bunt. You're going to reach, and Caneto's on base for Sarah Mosley here in the 6th.
Next up, the third baseman, number 33, Sarah Mosley.
Mosley is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. There's kind of that off-speed rise that Wesley throws a little bit. Good take by Mosley, 1-0. Again, that's what made Aspen Wesley such a difficult scout when she was at Mississippi State, because she has the true change and then an off-speed rise ball and the change that works down like that. So you can go into your at-bat saying, well, I'm going to pick a speed, but then you've also got to look it up and down. So it's very, very hard to truly attack her unless she just straight up makes a mistake. Strike called, 1-2. And Mosley chases upstairs. Nice pitch by Aspen Wesley for the first out.
Next up at the home plate, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Solis is 0 for 2 with a line out and an ROE, reached on an error in the 4th. First pitch, waved at and miss. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th, it'll be the bottom portion of the Monarchs order. Rodriguez, Kutsoyanopoulos, and Halasian. That part of the lineup has been okay. That was all against Hightower. It'll be against Czech, we presume, in the top of the 7th. Off to the Cars, 0-2. Well, pretty much straight up nighttime. A little bit of sun left here in Bradenton. Wesley cooking with the rise. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down. Really explosive jump on those pitches.
Next up in the rectangle, the catcher, number 36, Jordan Rudley.
The rectangle.
No. Geometry class in session as Jordan Rudley steps in. Rudley 0 for 1 with a fly out and a hit by pitch. Her pinch runner scored in the 3rd. 0-1. Rudley, the Gold Glove winner at Northwestern. One of the best catchers in America pretty much throughout her college career. That's a pretty gnarly changeup, but definitely a ball, 2-1. That was different. That was kind of a true change with a little curve action on it. That was odd. Foul ball, 2-2. That's a fair ball. And they ruled it foul. That looked fair to me. All right. I might just be blind. First base coach said foul, so I'll side with him. He's much closer. He's also probably had dinner and or lunch. Ooh, boy. Full count. That is just a tough take for Jordan Rudley. Honestly, don't know how you stand there and take that pitch. But it's a ball. Full count. Payoff from Wesley. And Jordan Rudley got something elevated and sent it to center field. And no stopping for Kara Caneto. She thought about heading to home plate, but no chance. Runners on the corners after the 2-out single. And a good night continues for Jordan Rudley.
Next up, the second baseman, number 8, Hannah Adams.
Only person who's had a better night, at least batting average-wise, is Hannah Adams, who's 2 for 2 with a single, and a run scored.
That's me.
And in the, I should say, in all the, I said runners on the corners, that's wrong. In all the chaos, Rudley took second on what will have to be an error. So now 2 in scoring position for Adams, who hightailed it out of the way. 1-1. One and 2. Well, if you're the vibe, you got all those runs in the third. The Monarchs started against Czech to put something together in the 6th. You got a chance here to get a little insurance. I just would not recommend letting that chance go by the wayside. And I say that because I felt like this year, in games that I watched and games that I called, especially, insurance runs were more crucial than ever before. I mean, it felt like no team was dead in the last inning. I'm trying to add some more here in the 6th, but Adams not getting anything to hit. 3 and 2. Payoff from Wesley. Change, hit out to left field. That'll bring him 1. Rudley will stick around at third, but that might just be exactly what the doctor ordered. 3 for 3 night for Adams, and she's got her first RBI. It's 4-1 vibe. And now a quick meeting in the circle for the Monarchs, and will we see a change? As I check the roster I was sent, other pitchers on staff include Jaden Vickers, recent graduate from Kentucky. Morgan Smith can pitch. Great two-way from Rutgers, previously at LSU before transferring there. Unless I'm missing one, that's Caitlin Felton as well from UCF. So other arms are available, but they're going to stick with Wesley.
Next up, number 26, Grayson Radcliffe.
Grayson Radcliffe is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. That one was high and tight, 1-0. Radcliffe, one of the OG Florida Vibe. She was part of it back when this was all just getting started. Oh. 1-1. The Monarchs definitely do not want to give up anything else here in the 6th. 3 runs is not insurmountable. 5 trying to maybe get the dagger right here from Radcliffe. Here's the 2-1 to Grayson. Runner goes, no throw. Wise decision by Garcia. Now 3-1. Adams at second, Rudley over at third. The 3-1 from Wesley. Ball 4, and it got away. Jordan Rudley will come in to score. They're on the corners now, and it's 5-1. And they are going to make a change in the circle, I do believe. 5-1 Vibe. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll step aside for just a moment. 5-1 with them on the corners. The new pitcher in the ballgame. Top of the 7th, last chance for the Monarchs. Estelle Check back out trying to slam the door against the bottom part of the order. 6, 7, 8. Rodriguez, Kutsoyanopoulos, and Halasian. Cat is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. There's that off-speed pitch from Check. Misses, 1-0. One and one. Hightower in line for the win. Wesley would take the loss, barring quite the top of the 7th for the visitors from Orlando. It'll be interesting to see how the next 2 games play out. This was a fairly standard softball game. A couple key hits here and there, good pitching, defense was really strong. It's kind of the normal stuff. Called strike 3 is Check, paints the outer half. That one just backdoored right in away from Rodriguez for the first out.
Next up, 27, Julia Kutsoyanopoulos.
Julia Kutsoyanopoulos does have a hit today, a single and a strikeout. And that is laced to Adams. 2 down. Good piece, but right at maybe the best second baseman the SEC's seen in the last decade. And the last chance for the Monarchs is Sona Halasian.
Next up, number 88.
0-2. Check trying to slam the door. Outside. Well, definitely a much better 7th for Estelle Check after she ran into a little bit of drama in the 6th. Ooh, that comes in and hits Halasian. That's a 2-strike hit by pitch. I can see a couple of pitching coaches fuming just at the mere thought. And Stormy Kotzelnick will try and extend this thing. Line out and a ground out. Top of the order waiting. Fouled off by Stormy. Back at it tomorrow for game 2, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Quickly check up 0-2. That's a fair ball down the third base line. Kotzelnick went slap on the 0-2, and it works out 2 on, 2 out for the Monarchs. That is why I made such a big deal about the insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th.
Next up, number 3, Alex Coleman.
Because right now the tying run for the Monarchs is still on deck. Here's Alex Coleman, who's 0 for 3. Three ground outs. Tried to bunt but missed. On deck is Sand. He's already got a double to deep left, right up against the foul line. Coleman slapped towards short, and Solis will make the tag to win the ball game. A force will do it. And the Monarchs' 7th inning rally comes up short. The Vibe wins game 1, 5-1 here at SCF. Victory in the circle for Elizabeth Hightower. The loss goes to Aspen Wesley. And for the Florida Vibe, a couple RBIs for Carmen Greenwood, an RBI for Taylor Pleasance, and Hannah Adams 3 for 3 with a ribby as well.
We hope to see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock as we take the Monarchs on for game 2 of this 3-game series.
I'll be back at it again tomorrow for game 2. Vibe and Monarchs, and we hope that you will join as well. Final score, the Florida Vibe wins at 5-1 over the Monarchs, and it is time to go get some dinner. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow night for Game 2 between these squads here at SCF. For everybody from the Florida Vibe and who's in the house from the Monarchs as well, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long. We'll see you again tomorrow for Game 2, everybody.